Hi guys, I'm Yana.
And I'm Kayla, and we are Latte and Foam. What are we doing today, Jan?
So we're going to be reading a prologue today on Voltage. They just released one, I think maybe last week, the week before, and it's called Kiss Me Till Dawn, I guess. It's in the same style that a lot of their apps have been coming out in, and not just talking about love choice, which you know we freaking hate love choice. However, we're always going to read a prologue so we can give all of our thoughts and prayers and critiques and everything in between on it. So yeah, we're gonna dive right in. I don't know if you want to give like kind of the description that it gives you, Kayla.
Yeah, to be honest, it gives a lot of nothing, but I will read it. It's actually called Kiss the Dawn Away, apparently.
You know what? I was like, kiss me on Clover Hill, kiss me.
Kiss of Revenge.
Kiss the Dawn.
Kiss of Revenge is another one.
What is the title?
Kiss the Dawn Away.
Ew, I like my title better. Kiss Me Until Dawn.
That makes sense. That makes total sense to me. Kiss Me Till Dawn. And the promo image, the pose looks so much like Kiss of Revenge to me. But anyways, what they have for story and synopsis is caressing fingers, burning looks, a voice full of desire, a face at rest, sleeping in his arms. What could be sweeter? This relationship doesn't need labels. The story of a love in vain until it isn't. So, here it is.
Maybe that's a situationship, and that's gonna get you nowhere. I hate we don't need labels. We understand each other on a deeper level. What you understand is he is balls deep in other bitches, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, if you're trying to make sure it doesn't become Dawn, it's because you know you don't want him out there slinging it around, serving it up.
Yeah, if he's not chasing you down, putting on the left shoe of every woman in the kingdom to find you, to be with you, it's not the man for you. But anyway, we're gonna jump right in. I'll obviously be myself because that's my title in the thing, because I'm a self-inserter.
And I'll be everybody else, the whole ensemble cast. So yeah, I would say the tags, just based off what I'm seeing so far, are probably gonna be mature, probably an older MC, but let's see if we're right. Let's do it.
I could ask, why me? But I don't really care. It just doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to matter.
Why did they all start with the sky? Because we actually are recording another one. We're going to be doing like a whole bride wedding series of all those games. And a bunch of those also start with a sky. Like, what is that with Voltage? Oh, he's so low on the screen. Oh, that's me. I think you've already missed the last train.
Yeah, I think you're right. How could that minor matter?
What?
How could that minor matter when I'm the only thing reflected in his... Is it like... What?
I think they're trying to say...
I think there's a comma missing.
I think they're trying to say, like, how could that minor matter at all when I'm the only thing reflected in his eyes?
Yeah.
And they got confused because it's matter and matter. Like, the Mad Hatter.
Here's the thing, Voltage. You've been in the game since the 90s, okay? That's a long time because I'm 30 and I was born in the 90s. So, like, babe, come on.
I know.
And you've been localizing forever, so what's happening?
I cannot. They show little to no improvement over time. Like, if you go back and play a Voltage game from, like, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they are not improving or trying to change the scene at all with these apps.
Yeah.
Did you forget your necklace at my place on purpose?
You're
What is
gonna
happening?
laugh. Well, Kayla's not gonna laugh because I always do this to her, but it does remind me of this clip from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because Dee steals this guy's phone or leaves her phone at this guy's house so that he'll have to find her to give her phone back, and everyone's like, how is he gonna call you if you don't have a phone? And she's like, I don't know. And they're like, so you just got your phone stolen.
I can't.
Anyway.
There's always a reference. I was just watching something, I swear to God, where there was some kind of, like, forgotten phone plot. Isn't there, like, a thing where it's, like, there's only, like, 32 plot lines possible in the universe or something like that? I don't even know. Like, details can change, but there's only, like...
I don't know.
So many
If
plots.
that was true, then General Hospital and Young and the Restless would not be going on for the last 75 years, so I don't know. Who knows?
Like, you could disguise it to look really different, but it's, like, the same thing, like, miscommunication plot, or, like, there's probably, like, general arcs. I'm gonna look that up after and insert it if it's true. But anyway.
Yeah. You know what's a good miscommunication plot? One Fine Rain on Evermore. If you don't know, we're actually going to release that game on Steam soon. And it's already on mobile app on Android and Apple. But yes, check it out. It's going to soon be on Steam. So if you're a Steam player on Mac and Windows, it'll be up there soon. We're actually going to release our pre-launch page soon. So yeah, don't forget. And also, speaking of pre-launch pages, we are relaunching our Snowkissed Romance Kickstarter. We got half the goal last time. This time we're going for gold and hoping we're going to get the whole goal. So definitely click the links below that have our new page to notify when you are we're launching. And sign up for our other email system so that way you get 2 emails.
Yeah, yes, most definitely. We're going to do a video about this because a lot of people were confused because we were saying how we met half our goal and then now we're going to try again. So they're like, oh, is that just for the other half? No, so actually how it works is it's all or nothing. So if we don't hit our goal, everyone's refunded or not even charged at all. And we're back to 0 and we're starting again. Like Yana said, it's a completely brand new campaign page. So we're going to link it below so you can go sign in to get notified. And of course, as she said, you can sign up on our website too for an additional notification. But going back to One Fine Rain, I want to talk about that concept just a little bit. So it's a podcast. It's a chatty prologue chat through. So you're going to get extra tidbits from us. One Fine Rain is one of my favorite things we wrote together. It was so fun. It's a spin-off, so you'll want to have made sure that you've played the main route of the character that you go for in My Love for You is Evermore, and then you can check out their One Fine Rain after. It's based on the 90s movie One Fine Day. If you've ever seen that, there's basically a miscommunication with their kids, and they swap. They're supposed to be watching certain kids for the day, and then they swap, and that's basically the storyline, trying to get them back together.
It would appear we got into the wrong cars.
We will have to come up with something to make sure the kids don't tell on us.
Please tell me you don't actually believe that would work, do you?
For the day I call you my wife, and the day we have kids of our own.
Funny that that's 90s, because then now, Snowkissed Romance is 90s. It's all coming together full circle.
But yeah, so anyway, back to the action. No, I was in a rush. I legitimately forgot.
Okay, next question. I hate sometimes when they just dive you straight into a conversation you know nothing about. I'm so lost. When you came here tonight, did a part of you expect this to happen? I can't take him seriously. He's giving no facial expressions. He's not tall.
They also didn't shadow his nose right, so it looks like he only has 2 holes.
It's a very weird look.
Tickling my ear. Tickling my ear sounds sweeter than usual. He sounds like he's insulting you.
I feel like you have to make me care about this man or have him be extremely attractive for us to start off here. Because I don't care enough. I'm like, ew, when I hear he's tickling my ear. Oh no!
We melt into each other and then this fleeting happiness will be over. Were you happy before? He was accusing you of leaving your necklace there so that you could see him again. Stand up!
How did you meet this man?
I'll hold on to the memories of tonight and I know that will be enough to sustain me. Is that what you're doing in your bedroom? Like, you
That's
just think
crazy.
about, we just had a hot, passionate night. And then she just, no, it's like, that's fine if you do that, but it's like, girl, what?
Kiss the dawn away.
We'll never really be together, but that doesn't matter. It does.
Yes, it does.
Obviously, it matters to you. You know what this is giving? Irresistible mistakes.
Yeah, that's probably what it's the most similar to based on what I can tell so far.
And here's what I'll say too, like, I've played Irresistible Mistakes. I almost said obviously, but you guys wouldn't know. But I played Irresistible Mistakes, and I always think of the doctor, who's actually my favorite route randomly, because I talk the most like him. Where she, like, when they finally do get together, he's like, wow, you really are stupid. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
That TV placement was crazy. It's like too late now because it switched, but the TV was like where the door would open and crash into it. Okay, this is something new.
I dash out of the lecture hall. Oh, are they in college?
She's in college. Is that her professor? That'd be crazy.
And across the quad as soon as my class ends. Well, then, if this is, we're reaching into bad territory.
Yeah.
I almost said the Libra. I run up to the Libra stairs. I run up to the library, only stopping when I reach the top. Reach the tippy top. I'm not gonna say that. Ugh, I'm out of breath. Honestly, same. You ever, you try so hard when you go upstairs to not seem out of breath that it makes it worse that you were clearly out of breath?
Yeah, I live on like the very top floor of my place, and there's no elevators here, so it's just straight stairs, and I'm always coming in like,
After taking a moment to steady my breathing, I fix my hair and stroll casually into the library. Honestly, girl, I get that. Like, you don't want to look like a loser, so you're just like, yeah, I was just not out of breath. No way.
It wasn't me. Okay. Wait.
Oh, no, so he's a student too. He just has different hair color.
So this is like when they first met, I'm assuming, because I didn't realize, but there's
Yeah.
like a little white around it, so maybe it's a flashback.
Yeah. Do you know who also has blonde hair? Baby Hero.
Yes! Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna see the new hero when we update for Steam.
There he is. There he goes sliding down the pole. Sorry. Catch sight of his face in profile. What? I don't like that sentence. I catch sight of his face in I catch the profile of his face. Just say that.
Yeah.
Anyway, fine, whatever. You guys know better. He's sitting in the far corner of the room in a seat by the window.
This reminds me for some reason, because it's a library of that. Is it Hatsukoi, or is it the other one?
Oh
Jinjo?
yeah. No, Hatsukoi. When
Okay.
they when the guy who ends up being the editor,
Onodera.
Ritsuku and Onodera.
Yeah.
And remember, we hated the name Onodera because we hated the Onodera chick from, what's it called, Niseko?
I forgot we watched that together. Yeah. Nisakoi.
Nisekoi.
It's
Because
been
Niseko's a place, so.
I might also be wrong about it being Nisakoi. It's been so long since I've thought about that anime. Oh my gosh. It's like where, like, she's part of the Yakuza, or he's part of the Yakuza?
They both are part of the Yakuza, but, like, they are arranged in a marriage together. But he had a crush on Onodera, and, like, remember, we got so
I
frustrated
hated
with it.
her. Yes. Okay. It's all coming back. Oh my god.
It's all coming back to me now.
Tell me why that's such a similar, like, that's like, speaking of similar plot points, like, is that not almost exactly what happened in Golden Time? Where, like, we hated that other girl with, like, the brown hair.
Linda?
Yeah, Linda. Ugh, so much hate
I
for
feel
her.
like we were haters with Onodera because, like, we just liked the other girl more, whereas Linda was actively not a hoe, because that's not correct. She was just a biatch.
I feel kind of the same, though, with, like, Coco. Like, I love her more. Like, I just, like, love, that's one of my favorite female leads in a romance anime that's not shoujo. And yeah, I don't know. And it's just, I remember it being a similar thing where it's like, it was like a love triangle.
It kind of was and kind of wasn't, because remember, Linda wasn't giving him the time of day, and then everything got revealed, and you and I were like, see? And the way she was, like, flip-floppy, that's why we didn't like her. Onodera, we just didn't like that she was, like, the rival to who we wanted him to be with instead.
Yeah.
And I was just hate her.
Was Onodera, did she have a chance in that one at all?
I guess so. Because remember, he was just doing it, I think he was just doing it because he had to, but he really was trying to date Onodera. So, I don't know. We're probably going to get chewed up if we're wrong, but whatever.
I know, yeah. We haven't seen these anime in like so freaking long, and if you have, please tell us everything about it in the comments.
It's his usual spot. He's a literature major just like I am, albeit a few years ahead of me. Tsubaki. You know what? Not to pause again, but Kayla and I have been playing BroCon together whenever I'm in town or when she's in town in my hometown. Where I live currently, because her and I have the same hometown. So, sorry. Anyway, or like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we've been playing.
Honestly, I don't even know if you should say it, because they're gonna come after me. They're gonna, oh, you've been playing BroCon, bitch? You've been playing BroCon, but you're not posting
because I first of all, I'm not saying I'm a priority over you guys, but I'm the best friend, so I can ask her whatever I want to ask her. Second of all, I like to see a bunch of different game mechanics. It's for inspiration, so she was showing it to me. And one, Tsubaki's always been my favorite from the anime, but I'm now a Natsume girl, and I just want everybody to know that. Anyway, they're probably gonna chew you up.
No, they absolutely are. I started working on editing. Like, we had like a small break from doing activities together with Lovely Ink. Just like, we had like maybe a couple days off, and I started editing it. And it's a 2-hour episode that I have for the next Ukiyo app, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like, she might come up in the next month. I'll just like do it as my Japanese practice for the week, every week, and we'll see where we get with it. But yeah, please don't hate me.
Anyway, back to our regular programming.
Oh, hey. Why is the H capitalized? I'm sick. You guys are $1 million corporation.
Turning around at the sound of my voice, his eyes soften and he welcomes me. Mind if I sit next to you?
I knew you were gonna ask that. I don't know why you bother. I mean, you know it's always fine. Are we like childhood friends? Has he known us forever?
Maybe, but you know what else would have sufficed? A yes.
Yeah. Or even just a nod. Just like, yeah.
Yeah, but still. She seems like she gonna get on my nerve.
I'm already annoyed.
I doesn't.
No! No! You guys, be so for real. This is embarrassing.
It doesn't matter how many times we do this. It always feels at least a little awkward.
The first cut is the deepest.
It's like you could have easily just put this in Word and you would have found that was wrong.
Like with all the resources out here in this world, you really couldn't just spell check it.
Yeah, you couldn't do a free trial of Grammarly. What's happening? He's already gone back to his book. And I just like to say this again. Kayla and I have worked with an editor that edits like the stuff for our stuff. Like, girl. Olivia, shout out to Olivia. She's amazing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, shout out to Olivia. It's hard. When you're looking at the same thing over and over, it is easy to miss things. And sometimes when you put something in a program, you can miss things again. But yeah, just have a little editor. If us two little gals could have an editor, you could have an editor.
Completely composed, his lashes barely flutter as he reads. She sounds like Joe Goldberg from the series You. He has his chin propped up on one of his hands. Consciously trying not to stare, I allow myself to steal a few glances before opening my book.
I feel like that should have been a CG, like him, like, classics.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, look what I found during class. Oh.
Who's talking?
Camila
Oh, you. Okay.
I guess it's me. Camila by my gate, let none but me touch you before you fall to the ground. What is happening?
I don't know. It's kind of like my eyes are glazing over. Just kidding. But no, it's crazy.
It's an ancient poem from a collection called
Manyoshu.
Sorry,
I just studied that in
computer's like
school.
all the way over there. The computer's all the way over here, and I'm all the way over here. So it's like, bear with me.
Sorry, I just got excited because I studied that in school.
It made me think of you. I mean, your name means Camila?
Camellia?
Right?
Camellia?
Camellia?
I'm gonna look it up. What is this?
I'm thinking of it as like Camilla, which that's like the Spanish speaker in me is seeing two L's and making the Y. Spoiler alert, I'm Mexican, so that's where it goes. I'm also black, but like...
It's Camellia. Camellia.
Oh, so I was right. Camellia.
Yeah, you're on it.
Am I? I think I'm just going toot like. I wonder what the poem means. The professor moved on to the next person without explaining it in the class.
I think it's a love poem. Oh, grind.
Have they been banging since college and they're still not in a relationship? Girl.
Yeah.
Up.
If they do get together now, it's only gonna feel like he tried and tried to find somebody that was good enough, but he couldn't, so he resorted to the person that he always knew would be there, and that's a horrible feeling.
Why do you say that? Tsubaki's index finger trails over the passage.
We need to be fired. I think that, how do you say it? Camellia?
Camellia.
I think the camellia.
Chameleons.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one. Camellia. Okay. I think the
I'm
camellia.
listening.
I can't. Okay. I think the camellia in the poem is supposed to be a metaphor for someone the speaker cares about. And the speaker is worrying, will the camellia fall before I can ever touch it?
Oh, it's definitely gonna get real sexual in this bitch.
Yeah. Will someone else touch it before I can? Ew, sir. He's like, I need to be the one that takes her virginity.
Touch it, bring it, pay it. Watch it, turn, leave it, the phone. I see. Like they care so much that they can't bring themselves to make a move.
Shinichiro. Yeah, at least that's my interpretation.
Now that you mention it, I kind of feel like that's what it's about too. Really? Is it?
She seems so lost. She's like, I have no idea what this is about. I kind of agree.
Honestly though, sometimes me, like, you know what? Now that you said that, I've also been on it this whole time.
Right? I know the feeling. Oh, God.
Sexual healing. Sorry. Tsubaki says quietly, mumbling under his breath. I do too. I understand it all too well.
Oh, God.
Okay, Taylor Swift. In fact, it's the perfect poem to describe what I'm experiencing right now. In the library?
I think it's all about to go down, just like in Hatsukoi.
Yeah, Sekaiichi Hatsukoi. That's what the whole title is.
Yeah.
I could not think of the first
All I got was
parts of it.
Thank you. Sekaiichi Hatsukoi is, there's a huge scene that happens here.
Kayla and I are like little quarters that are like machines that you put quarters into, and then it's like, wind her up, and she's gonna say something random. I care deeply about the guy sitting next to me. I don't ever want to lose him. It seems like he doesn't care if you live or die.
Yeah, he really is giving no emotion in the face. I wonder how many expressions he got. They budgeted for 3.
But if I try to take this to the next level, it could ruin everything. So you guys are already banging, is what I'm hearing. I can't risk it. Does Tsubaki feel that way about someone too?
You want to be
Yeah,
on
it's just
top?
not you. Do you mean, wouldn't it be great if he was talking about me? Would it?
He obviously is.
A tiny hope flickers in my heart as I look up with uncertainty. Here's what I'll say. Actually, there have been certain Voltage characters that like clearly don't like the MC from the get-go. Like they're not fawning over it, and I actually really like that sometimes. Like another way to enter our game again, Daichi doesn't like the MC from the beginning. To be fair, he can't stand her from the beginning. So as they build up into their relationship, it's not that the other guys are disingenuine. It's another way to genuinely look at their feelings because it's never like contemplated. Now, there are times where I think it's like a red flag. Like I was watching the show The Game, and the guy, Jason, who's a horrible character in general, but he admits that he wasn't in love with his wife when they got married. It was that she just was like a trophy to him, and so it made sense that they got married.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that is not anything I'd want to build from. But like sometimes it's like we genuinely start from sub-zero, and now
I can't tell if that's where this is starting or not, though, because it seems like he likes her. He's just not like very warm. He's like kind of like, because he said he knows the feeling and like weird things like that. So I'm like, what's going on? And how long have they known each other?
his face is surprisingly close to mine. Is it?
His hair is like so in his eyes, it's crazy.
Once our eyes meet, I can't look away. For some reason, it's like both he and I are helpless to do anything but gaze into each other's eyes.
Could never be me.
I know, I blink too much.
I don't like looking people in the eyes ever. Like, I'll like look somewhere else.
The late day sun shines in through the window, softly highlighting his features. He looks so perfect. Please, I'm begging her to stand up.
This is a lot. They're describing so much about the way he looks when they could just put him on the screen and cut to the chase.
The world goes silent. Slowly, almost unconsciously, we lean in closer.
No.
Then, all of a sudden, someone knocks a book off the table.
Oops, sorry.
Snapping back to reality, I jolt at the sound of a woman's voice and the book hitting the ground. Is there not another person in this universe? I just thought about that too. Is this like game only centered around him?
I feel like maybe.
Is that what Voltage is doing now? They're just doing one-off routes? They're like, here you go.
That's just like a manga, just like, but in game format. It's like only one canon.
What was I about to do? Whoa, totally Kyle. Quickly turning my head to look straight ahead, I close my open book and hug it to my chest. That's embarrassing that you did that in front of him.
Yeah.
Wait, it wasn't just me though.
Yeah, like, come on.
What were you doing?
Hey. No, I'm just starting with hey, or is he talking to the other girl?
No, talking to the MC. Me, yes.
Do you believe in fate? This is the most cringe scene in conversation I've ever seen. Like, I cannot get behind this. Because I...
That's the end of the flashback?
And now we're in an office.
7 years?
That's crazy. What happened?
So you have not been labeled in your relationship for 7 years? This is not something to aspire to.
Absolutely not. No.
This always gives too, where like you'll see sometimes girls will be like, we always come back to each other. Well, yeah, because you have low self-esteem. Yeah. And as does he.
He just probably doesn't care.
Yeah, like, he knows you have low self-esteem. And this isn't, I'm not saying that tough love, well, I'm giving tough love now. If a guy and you are seeing each other in a situationship for 7 years and he never claims you, even if one day he does, that's not a settled relationship you want to be in. Want and expect more. Know the bullshit. Jesus.
That concludes Yana's advice corner.
I'm working at Artemis, the up-and-coming tech company behind the mega-hit mobile puzzle game Seasoned Switch.
All right. Little story of season spinoff.
This is where life has brought me. My name is Yana Raven, and I'll be working in this department starting today. Hopefully she's better than the bitch in, what is it? That other prologue we did, and it was on Switch?
Oh, yes. And it was also a mobile app
Sympathy
game.
Kiss.
I was just thinking of that, because I'm like, I feel like that's a new, like, mini trend in the Otome sphere. They're like, let's have her work at a gaming company, since obviously these bitches like games.
The bitches love him. It's my first day in a new department, and my coworkers welcome me with enthusiastic applause.
Yana, welcome to business development. Oh, too chipper for me. I'm like, no. It's great to meet you. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me. We're so lucky to have you as our new addition.
Oh.
Not Otaro.
Otaro.
Okay, there is multiple options. Well, will you look at that? You're getting a real warm welcome.
I'm actually going to report you to HR.
For that bleaching tone.
Bleaching sound.
It's really a shame to lose you. I can't believe you're leaving me behind, Yana.
Otaro, what are you doing here? Otaro Sarah?
Like Michael Sarah.
Sarah V is the lead of the department I worked at until yesterday, corporate strategy. I also feel like this is a thing that Voltage does. Do you remember in Your Arms Tonight? She like worked for this thing and then all of a sudden it starts with, you're off to a new department starting today.
Yeah, that's like a very common trope that they do. Also, like the most generic department names ever. Like she's in business development now, and now she left from corporate strategy. Like, what?
Would it, no offense, but aren't business development and corporate strategy kind of two hand-in-hand departments?
Yeah,
like,
and they're more like jobs that you do in addition to your job, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like you can do business development, which would entail that you work in corporate strategy. Like those two are the same. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everything falls under the same umbrella. It's just that business development would be like the thing, and then corporate strategy is the like subdivision.
Yeah, and corporate strategy could honestly fit anything. Like, are you talking about like our corporate strategy for HR or our corporate strategy for like getting our revenue for the quarter? Like, what is it?
He's been guiding me and teaching me ever since I was first hired.
I was curious, so I thought I'd drop by. You can beg all you want, but you're not getting her back. She's too talented to lose. At least we're good at our job in this one. I do appreciate that. Aw, come on.
This is a brand new kind of work for me, but I'll do my best and learn fast.
Wow, that's exactly what we'd expect of you, Yana. You're really living up to your reputation.
Yeah.
'Cause she's a boss.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. Although I don't recall ever doing anything particularly extraordinary at work. I actually hate the word extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
That's what it is. That's all that word says. I've always had a supportive team, starting with Otaro. Okay, are we gonna do a flashback of this guy, or?
This is a long
Evidently.
little scene, prologue.
She's saying a lot without saying anything. Evidently, I've made a pretty good reputation for myself. Looks like I've got them all fooled. What is happening? Are you not good at your job? Are you like what's?
So she's bragging about sucking at her job, but no one noticing.
I just do the tasks I'm assigned. That's called having a job.
She's like, I'm just a kid genius. Like, I just look at the pages and I memorize them. I don't study.
But to say like I have them all fooled, what do you mean? Like I do the tasks I'm assigned, and if you don't mess those tasks up, that would mean that you're good at your job.
Yeah,
like
continually doing your tasks, and other people can't do them. Then yeah, you would be considered doing a good job.
You know whoever wrote that line, they're like, yeah, this finna eat. I do my best, but I'm just.
I hate this line. I hate this line.
So
this is so bad.
So let me get this right. You have them all fooled, but you do the job you're supposed to, and you do your best. What is happening?
It's just me,
Get
Jim
her
from the
off my
block.
screen.
I can't.
I take my seat at my desk and quickly look over my meeting schedule. We should just jump to that. Like, please.
Yeah. I love that you said get her off my screen. Because she's like never on the screen. If it ever gets to be too much for you, you're always welcome to come back home. Stop it, sir. Do not ever say come back home.
You can come back home to daddy. That's like what he's saying.
Okay, Kyosuke. Okay.
Yo, Saki. Why are you making me sound like a kid leaving for college? You actually caught that on. Spot on. But thanks, I guess. This is like another fact about Kayla and I. For no reason at all, we like to break into British accents. Not in the pretentious way like Ilaria Baldwin, who pretends that she has a Spanish accent, but in a very comical way. She's also comical because, girl, you're just Hillary from Boston.
How do you say anything? Cucumber?
But thanks, I guess. Sorry. Laughing, I respond to Otaro. He gives me an exasperated smile and moves on to talk to someone else. I hate when they directly tell you what they just did. Like, you can't infer that.
Yeah, it's like you can't just put an exasperated smile on his face on the screen. Like, we have to say that. It's crazy.
Kane Kobayashi sits down next to me. We're going to work closely together from now on.
Yana!
Why do they make all of them look the same?
I know. It's finally happening. We're going to be working together.
Akane is a year younger than me. She's been working as a planner in business development ever since she was hired. Okay, so business development has subdivisions. You know, one of them being corporate strategy. You know, Akane, I've always wondered, why is Akane not on screen?
I know.
How do you manage to write novels when you have a busy full-time job? Girl, let me tell you.
Let me see. Their names are Yana and Kayla, and they do the same thing. I guess I use my commute time and stuff.
She has pretty eyes, I'll say that.
Yeah, she's pretty. I like her little hair, too. I just make it work, you know?
I just go above and beyond. You know what it's like? It's like when you're just like, I just guess I'm better than you. That's like what that gave. That kind of thing would be impossible for most people. I mean, wow, I'm impressed. You don't sound like it, though.
Yeah, she's coming off a little fake for me right now. Like, I don't know why.
I want to prove myself and succeed in my new department, but I'm surrounded by accomplished professionals like Akane. You're one of them. If you and her are working on the same department, on the same team, that would mean you both have at least the same skill set. I'm not saying that people you work with all the time one-to-one are just as accomplished or as like competent at jobs. That's just not possible or true all the time, but girl, you guys are now at the same seat. It's like when people are like, I'm so young and I'm working with these like 45-year-olds. Like, so yeah, you're working with them too. Shut up.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess I wasn't really picking up on it well before, but I think she's just trying to like have imposter syndrome. Like, oh, how did I get here? How did I end up in this promotion? Which is a classic Voltage MC thing to do. But when I initially read it,
Yeah.
I thought she was like, I don't even try and they can't even tell. And I'm like, well, in that case, as long as you start trying, you'll succeed.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. I also get imposter syndrome from time to time. So I get it. Anyway, she's literally an award-winning writer. Well, not that good because she's still here, so.
And that has nothing to do with business development, sweetie.
I'll focus on doing my best and staying out of other people's way. Please do. My best option for why do they keep switching from when she's clearly having internal thoughts from paragraph to not, or to parentheses to not?
I know, it bothers me.
My best option for now is to play it safe. It seems like that's what you've been doing. I want to get along with my coworkers and come together as a team and to do meaningful work.
Hey, should we all go out for drinks to celebrate? It's Friday. Having flashbacks to Evermore, they're always going out for drinks.
Sorry, I can't tonight.
Do you have a date?
Maybe I just want to take my ass home.
What? Oh, come on, tell me.
We laughed together on my first date. She just laughs it off.
She's like I would ever care what you think. I'm not going to talk to you.
She's like, oh my god, Akane, you're so funny. And he just turns away from her.
Akane's just asking like direct questions. Like, hey, what's your favorite color? Oh, Akane. Like, what? Just tell me the truth.
And my first day in my new department begins. Ooh, I actually like that background.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's giving.
Phew. After work, I drop by Camellia, a cafe I like, and order a hot cocoa.
Is this gonna be owned by the guy? Because isn't that the same name of the poem flower, Camellia?
Yeah. What a week. That transition happened so fast. How is it already the weekend? This new department is a big change for me. She's gonna kill me if she keeps talking like that.
I know, it's like, girl, let's move on. Get to the action.
As I gaze out the window at the rain, let the rain fall down. I realize I feel even more worn out than I thought. Honestly, I get that. You start a new job and you're just like, damn, I don't know if I'm built for this.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt when I first got my job. I was like, the whole first month, I'm like, dang, I don't know why they hired me. I'm tired.
We're going to be getting a new department head next week. Damn,
Ooh.
They didn't have that already? I'll still be doing the same work though. I'll just have to stay focused. I pay my bill and grab my umbrella.
It's starting to rain. Be careful.
I will, thanks. The steady downpour wets the street out. Not wets it. Wets my whistle. I notice a couple walking by sharing an umbrella.
What was the point of that scene and her going to that cafe?
Truly don't know. Melancholy, sweet, pure, bitter, painful. I still sometimes think of the range of emotions I experienced back in college. You just don't experience those anymore? Like, that's it?
She's like, I'm stable. I'm
Those
on a
are
mood
just-
stabilizer.
My therapist handles my emotions. The pain is still there whenever the seasons change. Girl.
What?
Whenever the color of the sky reminds me of the library at sunset.
They fucked in that library.
And if they keep starting every sentence with whenever, I'm gonna lose it.
Whenever they do that again.
Whenever I find myself
Be
searching for
together.
him in the faces of men I pass in the city. Are you a prostitute? Like, what's happening? Even 7 years later, it still hurts. Okay, Hiro Tachi. You never get over your first love. Unless she's getting banged by all her coworkers.
It seems like that one guy, what was his name? I already forget. Ontario, Canada? He really wanted to.
Not Ontario, Canada.
I do not remember his name.
The next Monday, with the new department head starting today, there's a buzz of excitement in the air. Oh, is he going to be the department
he's gonna be the head. Yep. Oh, he's here. There he is.
A man in a suit strides into the room through the open door. Oh, really? Not through the closed one? He's heading in our direction. However, I can't really make out his face at this angle. If you're stuck with somebody like that you love for 7 years, they're dying. Although, I love to tell this story from time to time. Back in the day when Kayla and I were really BTS stans.
Oh, God.
I love V. I'm a V girl through and through. Kayla's an RM girl.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we were playing, I think this was when we were playing, like, something to scan on the spotlight, and Kota puts on glasses, and Kayla's like, that's the stupidest thing, like, I don't think you could, like, ever, like, not notice, like, what somebody looks like. And I was like, yeah, no, I agree. Then we're watching this video, like, this, like, runtime video of them, and V has glasses on, and they're, like, sunglasses that have yellow shades. And she's
He
like,
also
"Who's
had
that?"
a new
And
hairstyle. Don't play like that.
No, he didn't. He was in this blonde era, but okay. And I say,
He had purple hair, I
this is
think.
whatever. I know my man. I know what he looks like, and I know who RM is all the time.
There were no questions about RM. Of course not. Of course not.
But it gets worse, guys. So they're both wearing glasses, and she's like, "Who are those two?" And I was like, "It's RM and it's V," and she's like,
No, there's no way. I did not. I would never confuse RM. There's no way. Are you sure?
It's like I'm sure that Pom Pom Pudding is a dog.
I thought you were going to tell an even worse story.
Which one?
The one where we thought we could make an entire Otome game with the cast of BTS.
Why would I tell that story? Who would tell that story?
I don't know.
By the way, how do these correlate?
I don't know, because you said I like to tell the story from time to time. BTS. And I was like...
Okay. Anyway, This goes to show when she... Anyway. Wait, what? I would never tell that story. If I'm going to tell any story, it's definitely Horse Star Runners. I feel like I can't breathe. He stands in front of the department and starts to speak.
Oh my god, he's not
He looks
cute.
like a baby. He looked so much older with the blonde hair.
And honestly, it's just not a cute look. I don't know what it is. It's just like a bowl cut almost. Good morning.
Good morning, angels. That's like what it makes me think of.
I'll be joining you all starting today as the new head of the Business Development Department. I'm Tsubaki Iriyama.
No, this can't be happening. I mean, how? He applied for the job and he got it.
Very simple.
All of a sudden, I'm back in the college library where I lost my virginity.
Girl, what happened in that college library? You keep bringing it up.
Back in that time when everything seemed to explode into warm colors whenever I saw him. I abruptly find myself sucked back into the vibrant world. This can't be real. I never thought I'd see him again. This is definitely giving Sekaiichi Hatsukoi.
It honestly really is.
Old pain momentarily flashes in my chest, but it comes with a glimmer of light, like a sparkle of water, droplet on a leaf after the rain. Ugh, don't get closer to me.
He looks like a frog or a toad.
Yeah. You're right, our eyes meet. There's no denying we recognize each other immediately. Well, you've been holding on to this for 7 years, so yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's me. I'm looking forward to working with you. That's all you're gonna say?
Not only that, he's your boss, so that's like worse. He's doing better.
Yeah.
In life.
Well, it seemed like it the way he understood the poem immediately and she couldn't put 2 words together.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I was just gonna say.
Too stunned to even blink. I simply stand there listening to his familiar voice again. I'm getting dry mouth here. Sorry.
This is long. Voltage is really amping it up.
Is it long? I don't know if it's long or if it's just taking for. Oh!
That's a horrible ending. So there's 2 characters. That's it.
So that gave us nothing, like at all. We'd almost have to play like 2 episodes to really get into it, which is what I felt like when I was playing Masquerade Kiss, trying to get through that horrible route that I was going through. It was like 10 chapters in, and I was like, "What am I doing here?"
And I have a feeling that the same thing's gonna happen with this, where it's like you go so far into it before anything really even happens.
Ridiculous. So here's my thoughts. Here's what I'll say. I actually think it could be a potential interesting concept. I'm not playing it just because it's love it choice, but because I actually really love Sekaiichi Hatsukoi Love It Down. I actually am now not inspired. I'm the audience for this kind of game. I just wouldn't play it because it's a love choice. If they just let me buy this shit, I actually would buy it and play it and see how it plays out, because I love Sekaiichi Hatsukoi Onodera. I love the main couple. I actually love all the couples, but the main couple, they're cute. Love it.
Yeah, I agree. There's always the potential that it could go to Switch, and I might check it out in that case, but I don't know if I can get past the art. I really didn't like the art.
Yeah, I think that they do too slow of pacing in this case. I think what could have happened was it should have actually started from the flashback of them in college and like this feeling and building up. I think with these kind of games, when you're like, I'm so hurt from the past, for me, it would make a really good impact if you start from the prologue, the majority of it is the flashback. And you have this whole section of like running through it, all of these emotions, because then you as the player get very invested in it. You don't always have to do this. Obviously, when you have like childhood tropes or like romances from the past, that's fine if you start from a new romance, because you can embed it in there. What you would do in that case of prologue is just meet them again and say like, that's this guy from my past, and then it leaves nothing is said, so you want to get to know it. But in this case, what I feel like would work better is if you start from only flashbacks, you really get into that like nitty gritty and where the hurt stems from, and then boom, they take you out of it and she's gone and she doesn't have anything, so she's so hurt and in love, and you as the reader would feel the same way, and then they run into like he's her boss, and then you're like and then it ends, and that actually would be a great like cut off that way.
Yeah, and if they could do it succinctly enough, I feel like they could have started with the flashback. They could cut a lot of stuff that happened in relation to her job and just have it go to like, it's a day at work and she gets a new boss. I don't really think we needed that whole promotion bit. So she gets a new boss, it's him, and then it gets to the point where they're there, at like where it started. I feel like should have been the end scene of them at her house, like what's going on.
Yeah, because again, you now understand that that's like going to be the climactic lead up point is them ending up at his house and doing that, and like whatever that case is. And so it's like, okay. Now for the other guy, that would be it, because they clearly have to write 2 prologues for them, which would make sense as to why they won't have a ton of characters, which does you a disservice in my opinion. The other guy, the flashback, would be the years that they were working together and build up to it. The problem is when you do that and you leave it so ambiguous, clearly like they have to be 2 separate storylines where the other guy doesn't mean anything to her, which is so character assassination-y kind of way. So I don't know.
I really I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. I don't know if I'm the audience for this new style that they're doing, where it's just like a route or 2 routes. It's more of just like, I think people who are really into books and like the romance book TikTok groups, they might like this actually as like a crossover. They should probably market to them. But as somebody who like loves Otome games specifically, I feel like it doesn't meet my standards or criteria for what I consider a good, like, even mobile voltage Otome game anymore. Like, I feel like the golden era for me was when it was like Dreamy Days, Star-Crossed Myth, those styles where there's a prologue and then you can pick a different route. That's what I would prefer to see.
Tell us what you guys think. Is this appeal to you? Kayla's spot on. I feel like because I like to read a lot of books, and I've read a lot of romance books and like a lot of romance manga and shoujo and manga, I feel like I could see where I would like it if I actually had it. I would not play Love Choice. I don't believe in it. That is a crime. If you want a game though that you'll be able to play throughout the routes and really get to know all the guys, you can totally check out the demo on Snowkissed Romance, and that's on Mac. It's on itch.io for Mac, Windows, Steam for Mac and Windows as well. And you can sign up for our pre-launch link for Kickstarter. We have so many things coming. We're gonna revamp the rewards and all that stuff, so it's gonna be so great. Please definitely check us out. And I think that's like my final thoughts. I don't know if you have final thoughts.
Yeah. I feel like check out Snowkissed as a total antithesis to this, because Snowkissed is like full on what I like as an Otome game, totally gamified. Everything that I want out of an Otome game, which is why we made it, of course. So yeah, if you're looking for the opposite of this, you can check that out. And that's probably going to be it for this video. Look forward to more videos from us. We're going to be doing some Otome news, some more fun prologues, and in a fun theme. We're going to be doing like a wedding theme coming up soon. So yeah, just stay tuned with us, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!
Bye! Why do you say that?
Now that's in the cut. No, why?
Really? They're not gonna care because I was like, spoiler alert, I'm Mexican. I'm also black. Like, who cares?
While I was looking that up, I heard you talking about that. I'm gonna just full screen you because otherwise it's me just being like, anyways. Oh shoot! My laptop's dying. I thought it was plugged in. It's plugged in now.
You're gonna see it on the film. Of me just panicking to see if mine was plugged in. Anyway, this is gonna be a roughie.
Yeah, we won't have to edit them much. They're just prologues. Okay.